Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Syahrani Tania from class 4B. This time I would like to present to you about the article review that I already did. So let's get started. Here are the table of content. First, teaching speaking activities to promote speaking skills in EFL classroom. Second, EFL learners' difficulties in speaking English. Third, speaking difficulties encountered by young EFL learners. Fourth, the effectiveness of role-play techniques in teaching speaking in EFL colleges students. Fifth, developing EFL learners' speaking ability, accuracy, and fluency. Sixth, EFL student speaking anxiety, a case from tertiary level students. Seventh, problems in speaking faced by EFL students of Mula Warman University. Eighth, the impact of cooperative learning approach on the development of EFL learner speaking fluency. Ninth, psychological problems and challenge in EFL speaking classroom. 10th, the impact of English EFL in learning speaking for English teacher. And the last one is a connection between the articles. First, there is teaching speaking activities to promote speaking skills in EFL classrooms by Theodorus Sulan Suban. The purpose of this article is to help teachers, especially in EFL settings, understand how to teach speaking. It gives ideas and examples of speaking activities that can be used in the classroom. This article doesn't use research, data, or experiments. It's based on reading and explaining theories from books and giving examples. This article shows that there are many simple and useful activities such as role-play, storytelling, picture description, and dialogues that can help students practice speaking in class. This article helps teachers to understand how to teach speaking in EFL classrooms better. It gives clear explanations and practical activities that teachers can use to help students practice speaking English. And the strength of this article is the article provides clear explanations about teaching speaking in EFL classrooms, and the article gives action steps and examples that teachers can apply directly in the classroom. And the weakness of this article is doesn't include any research data or experiments to support any ideas, and there is no evidence or proof showing how well the suggested activities work in real classroom. Next, EFL learners' difficulties in speaking English by Afi Normawati, Dwi Tiari Nugraha, Nur Sahid Kusuma HM, and Alfian Ika Vikias. The purpose of this article is to find out what problems EFL students face when they try to speak English. The study looks at 6 parts of speaking: pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, fluency, understanding, and task completion. The researchers used a quantitative method. They collected data from questionnaires filled out by first-semester university students who are not English major. The study found that grammar is the biggest difficulty for the students. Pronunciation and vocabulary are also major problems. These difficulties make it hard for students to speak English smoothly. The benefit is this article is very helpful for students who struggle with speaking English, as it clearly explains the common challenges they face. It also provides teachers with insights into areas that need more focus, such as grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. The strength of this article is this article uses real data from student speaking tests. It compares students' self-reported difficulties with their actual speaking performance, and it provides practical suggestions for teachers to help students improve speaking English. And the weakness is the study only includes first-semester students from one university, so the findings may not apply to EFL learners. And the last is the article doesn't include research from other sources or more diverse contexts. Next is speaking difficulties encountered by young EFL learners by Samira Al-Hosni. This article aims to identify the speaking difficulties faced by grade 5 students in basic education schools in Oman. It also seeks to understand how teaching methods, school books, and exams impact students' speaking abilities and why speaking is not prioritized in their learning. And the method is the study uses a qualitative descriptive method, including class observations, interviews with teachers and students, and analysis of the curriculum. And this study found that the main difficulties students face in speaking English are linguistic issues, the use of their mother tongue, and inhibition. These problems are worsened by teaching methods that focus more on grammar and reading, school books with a few speaking tasks, and a lack of speaking activities outside the classroom. The benefit is this article very helps for educators, curriculum designers, and policymakers understand why grade 5 students in Oman struggle with speaking English. It sheds light on how teaching methods, school books, and exams affect speaking skills. And the strength of this article is the article provides real opinions from both teachers and students. And the article connects the issues of speaking difficulties to teaching methods, school books, and exams for helping to identify practical areas for improvement. The weakness is the study is focused on one school, so the findings may not apply to all students or schools, and there are no special features or additional resources like models or framework. Next is the effectiveness of role-play techniques in teaching speaking in EFL college students by Dea Mizir Krab. This article aims to investigate the effectiveness of using role-play as a classroom technique to improve the speaking skills on Iraq EFL college students. The author argues that role-play helps students gain confidence and be better prepared for real-life conversation in English. The method is the study used a quantitative method by giving a pre-test and post-test to two groups of students. The results were then analyzed using statistical methods to determine if role-play made a difference in improving their speaking skills. And the study found that role-play techniques significantly improve the student speaking skills. It leads to better engagement in learning and encourages students to actively participate. The benefit of this article is helps teachers understand how role-play can effectively improve student speaking skills and making their lessons more interactive and engaging. The strength is the study uses a real classroom experiment with a pre-test and post-test. It offers clear explanation of different types of role-play and shows how they can be applied in the classroom. And the article includes tables to show the test results. And the weakness is the study involves only 40 students from one university in Iraq. The article doesn't explore the long-term effects of role-play on speaking skills, and the last is it focuses solely on one teaching method, it only role-play, without comparing it to other techniques that could improve speaking skills. Next, developing EFL learners, speaking ability, accuracy, and fluency by Ali Derakshan, Atef Nadi Khailili, and Fatima Bahesti. And the purpose is the article aims to improve speaking competence by providing interesting materials and empowering activities such as imitation, responsive, intensive, and extensive performance. It suggests that learners can enhance their speaking skills using teaching strategies, practice, group work, and the right materials. This article doesn't use original research or experiments. Instead, it uses a literature review approach, gathering and discussing findings from previous studies to support its ideas and suggestions. This article concludes that speaking is a crucial part of learning English and should be given more attention in the classroom. It emphasized the importance of using engaging activities like imitation, dialogues, interviews, and visual to help students remember vocabulary and speak more naturally. The benefit of this article is provides useful teaching ideas and strategies to help students improve their speaking skills in English. It emphasized the importance of practice, group work, and using visual materials. The strength of this article is the article combines theory with practical teaching advice. The article highlights the importance of using visuals like flashcards and graphs, and it gives a clear focus on improving speaking competence and fluency. The weakness is the article lacks original research or detailed data, and it doesn't provide any concrete evidence or examples of how these activities work in real classroom. Next, EFL Student Speaking Anxiety, a case from tertiary level students by Gulshah Terkan and Kenan Dikiltas. This article investigates the causes of anxiety among foreign language learners, specifically focusing on how anxiety affects speaking as a skill. It examines the impact of factors like proficiency levels, the onset of learning, and gender on speaking anxiety. The study used a quantitative approach, employing the Foreign Language Speaking Anxiety Scale, or FLSAS, and 15 open-ended questions. It analyzed the relationship between speaking anxiety and proficiency levels among 86 elementary school students. And the study found that speaking anxiety negatively affects students' oral English performance. Higher levels of anxiety were linked to poorer speaking outcomes, indicating that anxiety is a barrier to effective speaking. The benefit of this article is can help teachers, curriculum designers, and students understand the role of anxiety in foreign language learning, especially in speaking. It provides insights into how anxiety affects speaking performance. The strength is it provides statistical data and detailed analysis to help clearly show the relationship between anxiety and speaking proficiency. And it offers useful insights for teachers and researchers to address and manage speaking anxiety in language learning. And the weakness is the study relies solely on a questionnaire without using additional methods like interviews or classroom observations. It focuses on just one university in Turkey, and the study doesn't explore specific strategies to reduce anxiety. Next, problems in speaking faced by EFL students of Mula Warman University by Sayuri. This article aims to identify the challenges faced by students at Mula Warman University in speaking English, focusing on issues related to pronunciation, fluency, grammar, and vocabulary. It highlights how knowledge and skill factors, along with a lack of confidence, contribute to these problems. The study used a descriptive qualitative method, which involved conducting speaking tests and using questionnaire. It focused on 24 students in their fourth semester to gather data on their speaking difficulties. The study found that students face significant challenges in pronunciation, fluency, grammar, and vocabulary. These issues were mainly attributed to a lack of confidence. The benefit is to help teachers and educators understand the specific challenges students face in speaking English, particularly issues related to pronunciation, fluency, grammar, and vocabulary. The strength is the study uses real example from student speech. The research provides clear insight into common speaking difficulties faced by EFL learners, and the study offers a practical understanding of how lack of confidence affects student speaking abilities. And the weaknesses is the study involved only 24 students from one university, and the study doesn't explore solutions or strategies in depth for addressing the speaking difficulties students face. Next, the impact of cooperative learning approach on the development of EFL learners speaking fluency by Ehsan Namazeondos, Mina Homayoni, and Pagah Rahmani. This article investigates the impact of two cooperative learning strategies on improving oral English fluency among Iranian intermediate EFL learners. It emphasizes how these strategies can effectively enhance speaking fluency in a relatively short time. The study used a quantitative method incorporating pre-test and post-test, along with statistical analysis to assess the development of students' oral fluency after implementing the cooperative learning strategies. The study concluded that the incorporating cooperative learning strategies significantly improved the speaking fluency of the EFL learners. The results show immeasurable improvements in students' oral English fluency from the pre-test to the post-test. The benefit is this article provides insight into the effectiveness of cooperative learning strategies in enhancing oral English fluency. It offers practical examples like think, pair, share, and numbered heads, which can help teachers improve speaking skills in a classroom settings. The strength of this article is the study uses a clear quantitative approach with pre-test and post-test, and the article includes well-organized tables that analyze the result of the pre-test and post-test. The weaknesses is the study focused only on male students aged 15 to 17 from one institute, and the study doesn't address potential challenges or difficulties students might face when engaging in these cooperative activities. Next, psychological problems and challenge in EFL speaking classroom by Win Listianingrum Arifin. This article aims to address the psychological challenge faced by both students and teachers in English-speaking classrooms, such as low self-confidence, fear of making mistakes, anxiety, and low self-esteem. This article used qualitative research, including library research and personal observations of a speaking class, to explore the psychological problems in English-speaking classrooms and provide insights into solutions. This study concludes that psychological factors significantly impact students' affective perceptions in the classroom. It emphasized that teachers shouldn't only focus on pedagogical competence but also develop psychological awareness. The benefit of this article is highlight the psychological challenges faced by both students and teachers in English-speaking classroom, offering valuable guidelines to overcome issues such as anxiety, fear, and low self-esteem. The strength of this article is to provide the real classroom examples, making the suggestion more relatable and practical, and the focus on psychological awareness for teachers is a valuable point, helping educators understand the emotional aspect of language learning, not just the technical ones. The weakness of this article is the study relies solely on observation and interviews, which means there are no quantitative data or statistics to back up the findings, and the article doesn't explore the potential challenge teachers face when they try to implement the suggested solutions. Next, the impact of English EFL in learning speaking for English teacher by Agus Rafi and Eka Nur Hidayat. This article aims to explore how using English presentations in classroom can help a student improve their speaking skills, particularly for those studying to become an English teacher in Indonesia. The study uses a descriptive qualitative method to understand and describe how students experience and respond to learning English speaking through presentations. The author concludes that English presentations are more effective in improving speaking skills than other methods. However, they acknowledge that this approach can be more challenging to apply compared to other teaching techniques. The benefit of this article shows how using English presentations in the classroom can help students become more confident and improve their speaking skills. It's especially very useful for students in English teacher training programs, as it helps them prepare for both public speaking and real-world communication. The strength of this article is based on real classroom experiences, making it practical and relatable for teacher and students alike. And it clearly explains the process of using English presentation from planning and to evolution, which can be a very helpful guide for the educators. And the weakness of this article is the researchers is based on a small sample of second semester at one university, and the study doesn't address the challenges or difficulties that a student may face when they doing presentations. There are 6 connections between the articles. First, speaking is the most challenging skill in the EFL context. Second, the psychological factors strongly influence speaking performance. Third, interactive teaching strategies boost fluency and confidence. Fourth, teacher's role goes beyond language instruction. Fifth, combination of theory and practice is most effective. And the last one is EFL context requires special support and adaptations. So that's all from me. I'm so sorry if there's any mistakes, and I'm so grateful if you can get any insight from my presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.